Hello everyone, this is Melzario with Melzario Design. Welcome to my channel, my YouTube channel. We're going to get started with another tutorial series. So I'm going to do this tutorial a little differently. I'm going to break it up differently than I normally would. Uh, if you notice on my channel, the way I did before, for each item, I will make several parts, right? I'll make several videos. So that way you're not just dragging along one video for like an hour, you know? So because we have three parts here, because we have a trio of items, we have a tea kettle, we have a 2-inch deep skillet. It's like a little frying pan or something. And we have here 4.5-inch deep pot. So I designed these three items separately and then exported. I did an export and I imported two of the items. Well, imported them all into one design canvas. So that's why you see three of them here. They're separate components. So we're going to get started with the 4.5-inch deep pot here. It's the easiest of the three, believe it or not. I'm gonna show you all why. Also to note, I'm using a Windows 10 operating system, so all of my keystrokes and everything corresponds with the operating system. So we get started. All right, let's go ahead and left click on file. We want to do a new design. Okay, now we're going to do something a little different with this 4.5-inch deep pot. All right, normally I will bring in a reference picture, like a couple of them, like for top view, right side view, front view, stuff like that. I have the actual pot in my kitchen, so I just got some rough dimensions and I have the design of the pot memorized because it's pretty simple. So we're going to do like a rough sketch and the design canvas itself. All right, I'm gonna show you all how to get everything going without having to use reference pictures. It's that easy. All right, so let's get started. We have a new design here. We're going to left click the eyeball for origin. We want to bring that in. We're going to do a right view, right? Because we're only going to design half of the pot and then mirror it over to the other side. So right side, you want to stay in the solid function, left click, create sketch. It's going to ask you which face. So you can choose different faces and everything you do will fall on that face. Let's stay in the right side view. Click on right side. Now we need to design, well, we're going to put in constraints, right? Like I said, I have the rough measurements for the pot itself. The depth of the pots is 4.5 inches deep. The thickness of it is 1/8 of an inch. The diameter of the pot itself is 9 3/4 inches. So let's put in some constraints. Left click line, go over to sketch palette, left click construction. We want construction lines for now because we're not putting in any definite segments yet. All right, so you have the cursor here, left click on the origin, kind of drag it up. Now you see how the number, the inches is, let's see. Yeah, you see how the inches is highlighted in that little box. You want to type in the depth of it, which is 4.5. It's going to lock it. You see the little padlock popped up? It's going to lock it. That's our first constraint. Left click line, do the same thing, but we're going to drag it over this way. Now, since we're only doing half the pot, because we're going to use mirror and revolve, the revolve function, right? So we're only doing half of it. You want to divide 9 3/4 by 2. All right. So let's go down to our calculator. 9.75 divided by 2 equals 4 and 7/8 or 4.875. Okay. So when you take the length of that, we're going to do 4.875. It won't let me type it in. Let's try again. Why is it messing up like this? Of course it does while I'm trying to do a tutorial. Let's try that again. There it is. 4.875. Do like that. All right. We're going to do the same thing. Kind of drag it over. So if you choose this, you can actually, let's cancel. Let's try that again. Left click. Go to the top of that line, that segment. Go to this segment. You kind of drag it out, and because it created another constraint. Okay. Click on it, do it again. Another constraint. All right. So we know that half of the pot is going to be in this constraint here. All right. Now we're going to go up to fit point spline, left click it. We're still in the same right side view. Now we have to create the profile for the pot, right? So you want to click on, left click on the origin, kind of drag it over. Oh, actually, let's get out of this. Let's cancel. We want to turn off our construction line function. Let's go back over to fit point spline. Let's try that again. Kind of hover over it, make sure it snaps to it. Left click. Now you kind of freehand the design of the pot, right? So let's see. Left click. Something like that. We're just kind of freehanding the design right now. Okay. Now we have, let's see, here we go. All right, so we have a few lines in here. Let's do another one. Actually, we're going to hold off on that. I'm going to show y'all something. All right, so like I said, right now we're working on the profile. Let's manipulate this line here because we want to make the side wall convex, right? Bit convex. So to manipulate this line, it gives us the option to manipulate it with the curvature or tangent. If you left click the little green dot and press M on the keyboard, it's going to let you move it around, right? You can do it left to right like that, or you can do up and down. We're going to do left to right. Try to do it like that. There you go. Something like that. Okay. Actually, we're going to drag this over to that. And, oops, there we go. Let's click on it. They locked it in. Okay. Let's try that again. Like I said, we're just kind of manipulating it. Okay. All right, now let's throw in some fillets. So if you left click on fillet up here, you get option to create a fillet. All right, it's another constraint, and then you kind of choose your let's see. Okay. So nice. That's decent. You don't have to be anything extreme. That fillet is like 0.2. Let's do, what's 0.1? What does 0.1 look like? 0.1 is decent, but let's see what 0.3 look like. It's not bad. Let's do the same thing here. If you right click it, you get to repeat the fillet. So if you right click in a space, in a void, left click repeat fillet, and it's gonna let you create another one. We'll do the same thing here, 0.2 maybe. Something like that. You don't have to be anything crazy. Let's bring that in a little bit. Now I'm just kind of, like I said, just doing a free fall, just kind of manipulating these lines here. Finish. Okay. Alright. Let's do something else here. I don't like that. Alright, let's try that again. So if you want to go back to that, you want to right click the line segment, left click edit sketch, and it'll let you go back to the sketch we were just on. Because if you try to create a new sketch, you'll have a hard time with it. Like the computer start acting funny. Let's see. Right. Okay, now let's do a fillet. Let's see if this will work. Oh, I don't want to do that. So let's try that again. There we go. I like that. I think that's better. Yeah, that's better. Okay, now we want to create an offset. This will be for a wall, the thickness of the pot itself. So you want to double left click on the line, and it's going to highlight what we created. They'll go up here to offset, left click it, and it's going to ask you which direction you want to go. So if you go in this direction, it's going to create it on the inside, right? Which is what we want. Now, if you notice, if you look at that, if you're looking at the number up here, you notice the number getting smaller as it's going in, getting larger as it's going out. We want it smaller, so we want to create the thickness. We're going to type in up here minus 0.125, which is 1/8 of an inch. Press enter and boom, you got that thickness. Now you want to close it up, right? This is how you make the profile. Go up to line, left click. So click on that end segment, click on this end, press enter. That's going to close it up on this side. Now we want to do the same thing over here. Now when we created that the offset, there's a chance that the new segment crosses the center line. If it does, we're going to have to fix it, but let's see what happens. Let's see what this looks like. Actually, let's extend this. So if you go up to modify, left click it, extend. Now it extended. Now this is just to make sure that we create an intersection here. Left click line, left click the origin, kind of go up, create that intersection. So if you look, the thickness is still 0.125, which is 1/8. That's 90 degree. Left click it and boom, you have a profile. Finish the sketch. No, wait, you don't want to finish it yet. We need to trim. Go ahead, left click, trim. You want to get rid of this. There you go. All right, finish the sketch, and now we have the profile of the pot. Now, next we're going to revolve. We're going to use the revolve function. Go up, click on revolve, left click it, And you see it highlighted itself, which is good. It knows what we're trying to do here. Now we have to choose the axis. You see this little segment here? You can use this because we know that this is on single axis, Z. We could use this one, or you can use the little blue one here, the little indicator here for the axis. Either way is fine, but since we know that this is on center line, you want to left click it, boom. Now you have your pot. And you see how it automatically went at 360. That's what you want. Okay. Make sure it's new body. Press OK. And now you have your pot. You have the body of it anyway. So it was literally that simple. See that? Now, next we're going to create a handle, well, the space for the handle. And we're going to be extruding and, creating the shape of the handle next. And then after that, I'm going to show you how to mirror the handle to the other side. Okay, let's go back to our right side. Boom, click on that. That plane, we want to use the right side. All right. Now, if you go out of this view, going to like isometric, it'll give you an option to drag it forward or backward. We're going to go towards us. Now, if you go to this view, we need to go to this view to see how far away we are from the actual, pot. We just want to be close enough. There we go. Go ahead and press OK. Now we have to stretch this. I'm going to left click it, stretch it out. Okay. It looks like, let me see, let me make sure we're in ortho. Okay, we are in ortho. Okay. All right. Just over center line. Actually, let's go the whole length here. I'm gonna show y'all something. Okay, there it is. So we have an offset plane. That means when we go to sketch, it's going to be on this plane, right? I'm gonna show you how to do that. You want to left click on create sketch, click on this offset plane we just created. There it is. Now, whatever sketch we do is going to pop up on the offset plane. I know it's still highlighting, but when you go to the sketch function, we're going to let's see, let's click on left click on fit point spline. Okay, now let's drag to the origin, because like I said, we're doing half of the handle. Right there, I'm going to show you all how to mirror it. So let's see, right about there. Okay. Actually, here, let's cancel. Let's see. 1 second here. Okay, let's try that again. I'm going to use the line function. Okay. All right, so I got some rough measurements for the handles also, right? Okay, so the width of the handle is 3 inches. We want to say 3 1/4 inches. So we're only doing half of the handle, right? Half of the width. So you want to divide 3.25 by 2. So we're going to do this the calculator. I could do it in my head, but I want to show you all, that we're trying to have some kind of accuracy here. So 3.25 or 3 1/4 divided by 2. It's going to give us 1.625, or it's 1 5/8. So we want to type that in. Let's see, we do that later. Okay. All right. So the thickness of the handle, we're going to say here. We'll just actually do a line. I'm going to show you all how to figure out, how to set a dimension for these dimension. I'm sorry, set a dimension for the lines we're creating here. Okay. All right. Now, if you go up to sketch dimension, you want to left click it. So it's going to give us the option to alter the. Why is it doing that? Actually, let's cancel this. For some reason, okay, it's not doing right. Okay, there it is. Let's get rid of this segment. Let's get rid of that one. Okay, there it is. All right, that looks better. Now let's do a sketch dimension. We're going to left click it again. Oh, okay. So this one is going to be at 1.625. Enter. And you see it alters the length of this segment and this segment at the same time. Now we want to, since we're in sketch dimension, you see how it's highlighted? You want to left click that segment here, drag it over. And this one, we're going to do, let me see. What does 2 inches look like? It's a little big. We'll do 1.5. Okay. That's better. Yeah, yes, that's better. All right, so now we have to create, let's see. Oh, we're going to extrude. Okay, so to extrude, we want to finish the sketch, right? Because we have the thickness of the handle, we have half of the width of the handle, right? Oh, you know what? Let's do some fillets because it's looking a little sharp. Let's do some fillets right quick. Okay, let's do 0.1. What is 1? 0.1. Let's do 0.2. 0.2 is better. Let's do 0.2 for this radius. Well, for this fillet, we're going to do the same thing here. 0.2. Okay, good. Now let's finish the sketch. Let's left click it. We want to extrude this profile, but before we do that, let's mirror it first. So we're actually going to go to modify. Oh, we have to mirror the sketch. So if you do Control Z on your keyboard, it'll let us back into the sketch function. You have to mirror the sketch before we finish the sketch. So you want to go to modify, let's see, create mirror. It's going to ask you what do you want to mirror. You want to click on it. Click on the segments you want to mirror. Okay. The mirror line will be the center line. Press OK. There you have it. Now we want to get rid of the center segment. There you go. All right, now we have the full width of the handle, the full depth of the handle, the thickness, I should say. All right. Now we're going to extrude it. So in order to do that, we have to finish it. All right. Now you go up to extrude, left click it, click on the profile. Actually, it's selected automatically, which is good. Now you want to go out of this view, this plane view, and you see how you have the arrow pop up again. Let's see. Oh, actually, let's not extrude yet. Let's put this onto the face of it, right? Okay. So let's switch it up. We're going to click on this profile. We want to modify, and we want to split the body. So body to split is this, the pot itself. The tool is referring to what you're going to use to split the body, right? Or to, you know, put this outline onto the body. Let's see. Okay. There it is. There it is. Okay, good. So if you look, it goes through the body, which is what we want actually. There we go. Press OK. Boom. There it is. All right. Now, since we have this face created, we should be able to pull this face out, right? When we pull it out, it's going to give us the option to put in a constraint or, a measurement for it or a dimension, whatever. You want to left click it, go up to press pull, left click it. All right, now it's going to let us pull it out. And see, when it does it, it's creating a body, right? So I'm going to put in, let's see, so the length of the handle is 2 1/4 or 2.25. You want to type that in. Boom. Okay. Right side. Now we have the overall shape of the handles, right, which is what we want. Now we're going to create a shape for it. Let's cut out a space for your hand to, so you'll be able to grip the handle. We're going to create like a cutout for it, right? So we're going to use the offset plane tool. Let's go to our top view. All right. We're only going to do one side because whatever we do on one side, we'll be able to mirror it over to the other side since we're working in symmetry. Let's left click, offset plane. We're going to be in our top view. Let's see, but it won't let us choose it because we have the body here. So let's make the body invisible. To do that, you want to left click the little eyeball here over on the left side. You see where my cursor is. Left click it. Now this is the plane we want to bring in top view. You look at the little view box, left click it. Okay. Now we're going to go up. We know that the pot is 4.5 inches deep, so we want to go beyond that. Maybe let's go to like 5 inches, something like that, a little over 5 inches. It's okay. Okay. Now you want to bring in your body, and we know you see how it's above the pot, right? That's what we want. Go to the top view. We want to stretch it. So to do that, you left click the little. You see how the dot highlights. This will allow you to change the size of the plane that we're working with. Okay. Do like that. Boom. So you want to just surround because we're working with the handle. We're going to do just like that. All right. We have this view here, this offset. Now what we want to do is we're just going to manipulate the handle itself. Let's see. We're going to try anyway. Let's see if they'll let us do it. Let's make this invisible. Okay, good. All right, so all I did was make this the other part of the body of the pot itself invisible, the other handle invisible. That way we can just focus on manipulating the handle itself. All right. So we're going to cut out a little. We're going to do a cutout. Left click, create sketch. Click on the plane, the face. Right. We're going to do line. So you want to left click line. And see, this lets us utilize the center line, which is perfect because, like I said, wherever we do on one side, we just mirror over to the next. So left click it. All right. We're just going to create, again, some rough dimensions here. Just kind of do like that. There we go. All right, good. Press enter. Okay. Now let's mirror this. You want to left click it and hold the shift key at the same time. It's going to illuminate all the segments. Or you can left click one segment. You can double click one segment and it's going to highlight everything. So that's what we just did. All of the segments, the lines that were created, highlighted. Go over to create, mirror. Okay. The mirror line. So we have to create, we have to select the mirror line. And you see this red line here. Left click it, press OK. Now the sketch is mirrored. Now we can create fillets because this is to be a sharp cutout. So let's create some fillets. In a sketch. Okay, we'll do 0.1. Yeah, let's do 0.1. Here it is. All right. So now that we have the profile created, we can extrude. So in order to do that, we have to exit out. All right. All right. So let's finish the sketch. Let's highlight the profile of it. Well, this space here is highlighted. Get out of this view. We're going to go into isometric. So since we have this sketch created, we can cut through it. To do that, you want to go to extrude, go over to this little menu here, this box, left click it. We're going to use the cut function, right? When you do that, it's going to allow us to cut right through it. The whole thing. That's what we want to do. Press OK. All right. So that's good to go. Now we can actually stick our hand inside of the handle. But we want to create some more shape with it for this handle, right? So we're going to go to the top view. Okay. All right. Now let's go back to our plane. Yep, it's highlighted. We're going to create another sketch. Okay. We're going to create some more shape with this this handle here. So we're going to go to the one side. Let's see. Here, let's we can free fall, or you can let's see. You know, let's try manipulate the fillets. Let's see if we can manipulate the actual. It did. Okay, that's cool. All right, so what we're doing right now is creating some shape. We're trying to soften up these edges here, right? So we finish the sketch. We're going to left click on fillet. We're still in the solid function. We're going to left click it. All right. We want to bring in this edge here, but see, you see how I selected the whole thing. We don't want to do that. So let's uncheck the tangent chain. Let's exit this out. Let's try to select this edge again. Okay, we're going to select this edge too. All right, so there are two selected edges. Let's bring it in a little bit. Let's go to the top view. We're going to bring it in and see what happens. There we go. Very good. So some good shape. We're going to lock it in at, we'll say 0.4. Let's see how 0.4 look. 0.4 is good. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's good. Okay. All right. Now let's go to the side view, which in this case would be our front. Okay. Let's see how it looks when we create. Let's see. We're going to bring in this edge. See if it lets. Okay, even better. That's cool. So we can do it like that. That gives the handle some more shape. Like I said, we don't want this handle to be hard to handle, no pun intended. So go to front view. Okay. So I think this shape is cool. I think something like that is good. So we'll do 0.2 see how that looks. 1, 2. I think that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. We're gonna do the same thing up here too. Repeat fillet. 0.2. Same thing. There we go. Alright, so it's got some more shape going on to it. It's not just blocky. Okay. Now we want to do the same thing. Again, we want this to be safe to handle. So we're going to create fillet with these edges too. Now with this, you want to do a tangent chain. You want to check that box. That's going to select this. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing underneath. Alright. So you can use the arrow to kind of get an idea of how far in you want this fillet to go. I think that's good. Like I said, we want this to be safe. Alright, something like that. So we'll say 0.15. I think that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Alright. There you have it. Alright, so we created the handle for this pot. Now what we can do, instead of, because we did create 2 handles initially, let's bring these back in. So you see the other handle over there, right? We can honestly just get rid of that. So let's highlight it, right click, delete. You say, are you sure? Yes. Okay, there we go. Alright, now those, yeah, it did something. Alright, let's try that again. Alright, yeah, let's try that again. I'm gonna make this visible. Make this, see if it'll let us. Okay. So they were created together, so it's gonna only allow us to, let's see. Manipulate one of them. Here, let's bring this back out. Let's pull this. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay. All right. So we just had to manipulate that surface. So what I did, I just highlighted that face. I clicked on press pull and pulled it out a little bit. We're gonna lock it in at 0.25. There it is. Enter. Okay. So what I was planning on doing was duplicating, well, doing a mirror on this handle over to the side. But see, it won't let me delete it on its own. So that's the issue that we're running into. Because this handle was created from this handle, it won't allow me to manipulate, like to get rid of this, because all we have to do really is to get rid of this handle, and we can just duplicate this on the other side. But let's try something. Give me 1 second here. I have an idea. Let's see. Okay. Look like it worked. So weird. All right, so, all right, what we're gonna do, may have figured out a way to get this handle to go on the other side. It's gonna be a little tricky, but I think it'll work. Instead of trying to delete this, because this was created from the other handle, that we have looking all nice over here, we're going to delete it face by face. So if you highlight this face and press delete on your keyboard, then it'll turn it into, it's going to kind of separate, turn it into its own entity. You still can't delete it as a whole because it's going to delete the other handle, the original one we created. So we don't want to do that. So we're just going to keep deleting faces. I'm sure it's a better way to do this, but right now, this will be the best way to get the results that we're looking for. Okay. Now, since we have that space created, you can even set an offset in the pot and everything. Like, that's really cool. It's an 1/8 inch offset, so you can see it, that thickness, I should say. Now we want to mirror this to the other side. You see how you have solid, surface, mesh, sheet metal, and all that? We want to go to surface. Want to left click it. Okay. Let's highlight over here in this browser, over here on the left side. Let's highlight this handle, right? So if you click on it, it'll show you which one it is. Highlight it. Okay. Once you highlight it with the left click, you want to mirror. You go to create, mirror. It's going to ask you the mirror plane. All right, we want to choose this face here. Boom, it's going to go to the other side as a new body. Press OK. There you have it. So now we were able to mirror this handle over to the other side. Okay. Delete. There we go. All right. So there you have it. Now you have a pot. You have a 4.5 inch deep pot here where you can put water, make spaghetti, whatever. Now we're going to manipulate the material. Right now it's in satin steel, which is like by default what the objects are made with that material in this program called Fusion 360. So what we want to do is you can right click and left click appearance. Okay, and you see how this is still satin, which, like I said, is by default what it is. Now we could do, let's do stainless steel. Let's see how it looks in stainless. So actually, while we have the appearance on, you want to go over to this tab here, left click it. Let's go over to render. That way you're having a better idea how it will look once we manipulate the material. So let's say if you do the body, if you left click the body, go back to appearance, it's going to let you do the body separate from the handles, which is what we want. Let's go to metal, left click metal. We're going to go to, here it is, stainless. They have different options here. You can download them too if you want, but we're going to do polish. Drag it up here, left drag. Now let's drag this over with the left, and you see how it highlights the body of the pot. Drop it in, and you could barely see the difference, but there is a difference. All right, now we have to figure out the material for the handle, like wood grain, so we're going to do wood grain. Let's see. Wood, there it is. Okay, left click it. We'll do here, let's see how cherry look. That look funny because it's we haven't rendered it yet, so I'm gonna show you how to render. You just, let's see, because they're different entities, you can drag it over left with the left clicker, drag it over to that handle. Boom. All right, now let's set the view. Let's take out this origin, let's make it invisible. Let's go to in canvas render. It's going to take a while. Alright, so this is the final product here. Uh, as you can see, it was that easy. We still have a few alterations to make. As you can see, the handle goes through the model. We don't want that to happen because it doesn't look like that in real life. So we could just, since actually here, it's literally this simple. Let's stop the render and canvas render. Let's go back to appearance, and we want to change this also to stainless steel. Now it should let us do the face. Let's try. Okay, so you have components and bodies for this selection, and you have faces for this one. This should allow us to manipulate the face on its own. So let's try here. Let's do body. Okay, we're gonna drag it there. Okay, now let's switch to faces, and let's, there we go. That does fix it. There you go. All right, there you have it. So when you go to do the end canvas render, it should fix it. Let's see. It's going to take a while for it to render. You see, when we applied the stainless steel appearance to those faces, it made the pot, everything looks much more realistic now, which is what we were aiming for to begin with. So this is good. This is what we want. Right now I have the end canvas rendered on. Now when you are using this function in Fusion 360, with this still on, when you rotate it, it has to re-render it every time you move it around. So especially, and then the thing about it too, it does take longer to render when your settings, when you have more going on with your settings, like the reflections, you can turn those off. It'll render a little faster, but to add that sense of realism, you want the reflections on. So then you get the, and then let's see. Oops, let's turn the brightness back. It's too bright. Make the brightness a little bit. There we go. That works. Whatever. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, so there you have it. It's going to continue render. We're going to get out of this. We're going to go back to design, and this is how it looks. Okay. So this is the final product. I hope you all enjoyed the tutorial. We have two more, so one down, two more to go. At the end of the series, I'll show you all how to bring all of the items together so they look like this. Okay. All right. So thank you all for joining in this tutorial. Appreciate the support. Like and subscribe, stay tuned. I got much more coming, and this one was easy, and the more you practice, the easier it's going to get. Simple as that. You got to practice. Just find items around the house, get rough measurements. You can take pictures of them, you can bring them in. Like it's really easy. You can design practically anything, you set your mind to. We were able to do this in just a little bit of time, and with the other two items, I will go in depth in how I created those items. The way I have the video split up is where it's broken up into sections, so you should be able to see on the timeline what happens within the tutorial video. So if you need to like fast forward to that part of the video, or then you'll be able to do so without having to exit off the page, and go into another video per se, So again, I thank you all. This is Melzario with Melzario Design. Like and subscribe. Stay tuned, and you all take care.